there's a message that they're getting a full court press on right now. And you want to know who's kind of on the team and selling the whatever the talking point is. Just look for these unified message things that come through, okay? Trump is a populist president for working men and women. And then meanwhile, same day, Megyn Kelly, how Trump helps the working class. He doesn't. But this is part of the push. People are starting to get pissed that he's fucking up their businesses and that the factories he's going to be reshoring are not going to be like car factories that require a lot of people in them. And again, these factories that he's talking about that they're going to be building over the next fucking, 10 years, and they'll break ground on them in the next couple of years are going to be giant vending machines. They're going to have very few people working in them. Period. Unemployment is going to become the name of the game across a bunch of these areas. And to run interference for this, that, Elon Musk is literally in the act of replacing all the auto workers at his Tesla plants with robots, and that's 100% his goal. 100%. That's what they want it completely automated. To counterbalance that reality, they're selling this Trump as the man of the people, populist working class hero. Just letting you know. So, all right. Now, that said, Trump did a tour of in Abu Dhabi. And I think do they just follow him around? This is I don't even know if this is yeah. Yeah, it's just B-roll footage of this shit. Hey, there's a pretty big, there's some good marble, and they line up the people, and he gets, so he goes to come in and shake hands with people. Okay, no word on, attends a business forum event with Crown Prince Sheikh Khaled in Abu Dhabi. So he's just meeting these guys on the line. This is another, hold on. We'll move through it. Shakes those hands, chit chats.
Great, how are you?
Rumbling it. Again, that's all he's saying is, you're doing a great job. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good. How's she doing? She doing a good job. You doing a good job. You're doing a good job. She says you're doing a good job. You think? You think he is? You think he is? You think he is? No, he's not. I'm just kidding. That's all he does. That's his business charm offensive. It sucks. Go. Nodding at the same shit. Is the footprint. This is where we're going to spend all our money. Hey, look, it's all in Southern California. What do you know? And Illinois. A couple places in Texas and I don't know, what are those footprints? Doesn't it? Hold on, maybe they show the thing later on. Where's the orb? I want to rub the orb.
This would constitute
Yeah, I don't care. Is this where my golf courses go? I don't care. This is their investment dog and pony show, so that he gives them whatever they want.
Fifth, but I think it's so impressive. I'd love to have you speak. We have some of the greatest people on earth in business, ExxonMobil, etc.
Yes, the greatest people in business on earth, ExxonMobil, etc. Also, what the fuck is going on with his head? What is this business? What's happening? What is that?
They could say a couple of words also, but this is a very big investment, you can see, and I'd love to have them speak so that you could hear as well as me. So please
as
go
you can
ahead.
see on the map, we exist in 250 assets in 18 different states. This spans the whole energy value chain from gas development, production, exploration, distribution, and liquefaction, LNG terminals, energy infrastructure.
Is the money that
renewable
they're
energy.
spending, they will be spending in the United States over a period
Our
of...
current investments are 70
Right.
billion.
Current investments.
Committed 370 billion over the next 10 years, leading to 440 billion by 2035. This will have an
440
annual
billion.
By 2035.
This will have an annual GDP impact of 29 billion US dollars, and it will support 470,000 jobs. This is what
Over the course of a decade and a half. Many of them being temporary, jobs stop and start again when you're building or digging, and then, yeah.
exceeded for.
Somebody's like, sorry, Hal, did you see the video of what? Sorry? I scroll this down. It's always so weird. How'd you see the video of the Arab Sheikh condemning Trump's visit and saying he went there to be welcomed like a king, not to bring any business there? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, he's right.
It's an internationally dedicated investment company focused on the energy value chain. The U.S. has become an absolute.
This is what all like these kind of like big dog and pony shows look like. Let me put this down here though, and we'll jump ahead in some of this. See if okay. So this is hey, look at the money, huh? It's $440 billion over the course of 10 years. This is to 2035, and there's already 70 billion of investment. The idea that they're going to stack this over the next period, whatever the next 8 years.
Mr. President, with your permission,
Or 6 years and change, depending on if it's a soft target or not.
Occidental Petroleum. This is the most powerful woman in the petroleum business. That's what they tell me. I don't know. What do I know?
What do I know? I don't know. They said she's important. She's here. I don't know. Does anybody? Hey, chicks, am I right?
so our partners have committed.
That's what they tell me? Who's they? Let's just stop everything for a second and just point out the fact that Trump's whole, like, I know more about the fill in the blank than the people who do fill in the blank for a living is complete horseshit. And this is another prime example.
New investments worth 60 billion US dollars in upstream oil and gas, as well as new unconventional opportunities. Please.
Yeah, I'll have to explain to him what upstream oil and gas means because he thinks it's in a stream.
Mr. President, we're obviously the largest ExxonMobil, the largest investor in oil and gas in the United States. We're also a large investor in the United Arab Emirates. ADNOC is a strategic.
By the way, can we get 9 subscribers today? Do you think we could get 9 to get me to 81,900? Just 9 subscribers. That's all we need. We're at 81,891. If we get 9 subscribers, we're at 81.9. That gets us pretty close. It was starting to get towards that 15 mark where we can get across the line. Come on. You can do it. 9 subscribers. Come on. Just do it. All right. Now, I want to jump in, look at something real quick in the live. I want to make sure that I can go into this little thing, go in the control room. Okay, go ahead.
Partner of ours globally. We look at it as the best of both. Exxon brings the technology and the global experience. ADNOC have a deep capability set. The best of the both is the way we're developing businesses.
Great job you're doing.
Thank you.
Great job.
appreciate it.
Super job.
The
Thanks for
US
the
appreciates
With Exxon,
memberships, by the way.
we're proud to present you with marked facts. This is a top, the highest quality, brightest crude, highest.
Okay, and again, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, so hold on. Thank you, Just Julie. Happy Friday to you, too. John G., what's going on? And Hazy, thank you for the gift of the 5 memberships to people. That's lovely. There we go. 1 second. There we go. And there goes stars. We go to here. I'm just going to add something real quick. And then we'll get up and rolling. Let's go to, these are very big. Hold on. Let's go to here. Opening something up. There we go. There it is. There you go. Excellent. And we will edit. adding something here, add that, and then this guy, save, and bin. There we go. All right.
API lowest carbon intensity capability. That's just a drop, and this is what we both produce.
Oh, is this when they get? Is this when they give him the oil and the little, like the little oil ornament? Oh, there's fucking Lutnick making a deal. Doesn't realize the camera's on it.
So this is one drop of oil. Now they think I'm happy with that. This is the highest quality oil there is on the planet. And they only gave me a drop. Way to go, but anyway, but it's tremendous what you're doing.
Yeah, so they gave him this little ornament that has oil in it as a bracelet or some shit, and he's like, they only gave me a drop. You think I'm happy about that? It's the best oil in the world, and they only gave me a drop. Like, what do you want, a fucking barrel, you weirdo? And there's Besant. They're all running interference for him. They're there to scoop up after the fact because he couldn't be more bored by this shit.
We're excited to get a concession, first of its kind for unconventional oil resources here in Abu Dhabi, partnering with ADNOC, leading energy company in the world. We're very excited to be here. We appreciate the opportunity.
What's unconventional exploration? Does that mean all your drilling team have nose rings or something?
I think it'll be
Yeah, I mean, this is just standard B-roll bullshit. So here's Besant making a
Enhance the
statement.
partnership and grow the U.S. economy. So,
God, this is just fucking corporate speak bullshit, and pretending that it's governance. This is just, yeah.
Nice to see you.
My colleagues Tom, you know him? He's a clinic.
Yes, go good.
Mike from Oracle.
Say hello to Larry.
Exactly.
He's great. Say hello.
Great one.
No, Lutnick's gonna carry the. I'll carry the oil, sir.
Highness.
Couldn't we let them come over here?
Of course. Please.
Might as well, I think.
Here, can we get the press over here to take pictures of me with these real business people who actually know their industry?
Why don't you stand right here where you can see?
Let's bring the press closer.
Yeah. Why don't you bring? Get a good shot of that. Yeah, that's what you want. Anyways, Blather. He ended up talking at this business forum, making short remarks, and they had just a great time. But again, this pushes my idea that they are intentionally taking pictures of him that make him look fucking terrible. Either way, or there is a chance that they're just stuck, and that there are no good pictures of this fucker right now.
Watch your step, watch your step, watch your step, watch your step.
Okay. It's great. Just, this is what makes him a man of the people, I think, more than anything, is his, I don't know, being introduced by the.
These projects stand as a test.
Okay, and they go around everybody, and then here he goes.
But I want to thank His Highness, and I want to also thank His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon for welcoming us to this beautiful, beautiful palace, beautiful place. Just generally, thank you all. Thank you very much. It was very exciting.
Yes, the echo in here is fucking fantastic. I guess the idea is if you don't trust anybody, a marble palace is fantastic because everybody's voice bounces off everything. So you can't even fucking whisper.
I also want to recognize
It's our own. It's a temple of paranoia.
all of the officials here from the area, as well as the many extraordinary business leaders with us today. We have some of the biggest business leaders, and they've been here over the last couple of days. And there's a great relationship with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE. There's great friendships. I can tell you that at the top level, the
Tippy top, primo.
relationship and friendship is good. It's a really unified Middle East, something that we haven't seen. The U.S. was absent for 4 years. We didn't really know too much what we were doing for 4 years, and things were not going good. Other people were courting the Middle East, but they won't even waste their time in courting them any longer. The people.
I think he means China, but I don't know if he thinks he means China or not.
People in this room have helped commence between the United States and United Arab Emirates grow $34 billion a year, America's second highest total in the Middle East, and catching, I mean, going, but you know, the other one's going up very quickly also. The United States has also put $19.5 billion trade surplus with UAE, and we are really thriving economically. And over the last period of time, we started at
But you still put a 10% tariff on them, even though we have a surplus with them?
years ago, the relationship, then it was interrupted, as you know, sadly interrupted, and not much happened. Nothing happened, actually. But the relationship is now...
Yeah, almost. That's the problem with the Biden administration. There was no graft. There was no... He didn't come over here and sell a bunch of military equipment and get a free golf course. What was he thinking?
At a much higher level than it ever was.
Okay, so they cut to the original mic instead of using the
And
wrong
it's
mic.
going to only go in one direction because of the relationship. We have American companies. We have Exxon, Oracle, RTX, Qualcomm, and many others. Too many to name. Disney.
Qualcomm, not Qualcomm. Again, it's not a listening device for birds to talk to each other. They are not taking 2 cans of bird seed and attaching them with a string so that quails can have discussions while flying.
The new theme park is going to be incredible. Bob Iger.
Yes, the new Disneyland Abu Dhabi or whatever. Yeah, it's going to be a real joy.
I was in my office the other day, and he was showing it to me. It's going to be incredible. But we're making great progress toward a $1.4 trillion that UAE has announced that it intends to spend in the United States over the next couple of years.
Couple of decades.
Yesterday, the two countries also agreed to create a path for UAE to buy some of the world's most advanced AI semiconductors from American companies, a very big contract. This will generate billions and billions of dollars in business and accelerate the UAE's plans to become a really major player in artificial intelligence. And I read where the oil and gas and oil is great, but you're going to have equally big and maybe even bigger at some point. You'll be surpassing it with AI and other businesses. So it's...
You read that, did you? On the piece of paper right in front of you? Is that where you read it?
That's a great tribute to the job.
No, it isn't. It means they're out of oil and they have to transition away from it, stupid.
You've done here. The United Arab Emirates is also making incredible strides in industries like energy, real estate, and manufacturing. And I see it just in the drive out. And when you look at this building is amazing. We were here last night in the big auditorium, and it's amazing. It's
not this chintzy little side thing where we ended up being at the Abu Dhabi Lollapalooza acoustic stage.
Really nothing like it. The global aluminum from the Emirates has been the talk of the aluminum business. They're very big with aluminum, and now they're going to be spending a tremendous amount of money in one of my favorite places, Oklahoma, on expansion. And I said, just build your plant inside the United States and you have no tariffs. And that's exactly what they're doing. And that's what.
But you pay taxes, which is another variation on tariffs. You're not giving them like zero taxes. If you have a factory there, it's going to pay taxes.
Many.
Yeah, you don't pay tariffs, but nobody that makes their shit inside a country pays tariffs. Nobody does.
Companies are doing, the auto companies, all of them. There's never been anything like what's happening right now to the United States, I can tell you. Nothing.
Yes, I agree. This is the most obvious and pathetic grifting we've seen in our nation's history.
There's never been anything like it. we're at a level that no country has seen, I don't believe. We have, I mean, every time I meet, I usually increase it by about $1 trillion because we get news of another investment.
No, you don't. You double it, or you double count stuff. Hashtag Doge is a heist.
But we're probably in the 12 to $13 trillion range of investments. And
no, we're not.
You can have a administration go for years and not have anything like that, and not only not that, have less than $8 trillion, and I think we're heading toward the 12 to $13 trillion.
Yeah, just keep making just fucking create your own number, and make something that's going to happen over the course of 20 years, 2 years. Just lie your ass off.
Between projects already announced, mostly announced, but
mostly, yeah. Well, obviously the ones, you're not counting the ones that haven't been announced because they don't exist, do you?
Some are going to be announced very shortly, and literally very shortly.
Literally very shortly. Mm-hmm.
And two things are the factor. Number one, November 5th, that was the election. We had the most successful election that, in memory, they said one of the major media sources said the most consequential election in 129 years, and that gives us a mandate. It gives us...
Is that the last time we elected a adjudicated rapist? I forget.
The mandate to do the right things for businesses. We can do what we want to do because there's so much incompetence shown in the last 4 years that people just don't want that. They don't want to have that anymore, whether it's the border where people pour into our country without being even checked or looked at. 21 million people.
How do you know that they came in at all if they weren't checked and looked at? Nobody saw them. How do you know they came in? Oh, right.
Them are not the people you want. I'm going to be very nice because this is a little bit different setting, but they're not the people you want. But we now have 99.9% closed. Nobody thought that was possible.
No, they thought it was possible. You just have to pass a bill to fund it, and you haven't done that yet, so you're using emergency powers to do it. That's why it wasn't possible, because nobody actually thinks it's an emergency, and therefore the courts would stop you because they should.
A very successful border.
Hassan got checked. Hassan got checked because it's like his first time using global entry to come back into the country, and he talks to Houthis on the air. They're going to, of course, ask him. Jesus Christ. He acts like he got hit with a bag of oranges.
For the first time. I won the election the first time in 2016 because of the border. We made it very good, very fast, but now it's even at a new level because I built hundreds of miles of wall, which we didn't have in the first election.
Glory days, his young girl's eyes, glory. He loves telling old apocryphal stories about the 50 feet of new wall and the access road that he gave people the ability to walk to the end of the wall and go around it.
Because I hadn't started that yet. But we'll soon have a very safe country. We're getting people out. We need help from the courts. The courts are trying to think that they're taking privilege that they shouldn't have. That was not what the election was all about. The election was they want people that shouldn't be there, people that are criminals in many cases. They want them out. They want them out. We're going to get them out fast.
Oh, you mean like that girl, the Georgetown University girl, who's like 20-something and is getting her education, and like criminals like her, right? The baby with cancer. Yeah, these are. I mean, what? I mean, obviously, a kid like that's going to grow up to be a murderer. So, nip it in the bud, I guess.
We just reached a fantastic trade deal, as you know, with the United Kingdom.
Yeah, fantastic. Finally, we've got crumpets going both directions.
Which was wonderful. And we have another big one that we just reached with China. The China deal is a very big deal. It's
not a deal. It's a 90-day pause while you agree to talk further. There is no deal. There wasn't a deal last time. They didn't honor the last deal you actually signed. So I don't know why the fuck you'll actually think they're going to be doing anything this time around.
Process of continuing to be formed.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a deal, but it's in the process of continuing to be formed. Like a deal. Nothing says deal like, we'll get to it later.
But they wanted to make that deal very badly, and we...
No, they didn't. They were making fun of you.
Have, at the same time, 150 countries that want to make a deal, but you're not able to see that many countries. So at a certain point over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think Scott and Howard will be sending letters out, essentially telling people, it would be very fair, but we'll be telling people what they'll be paying to do business in the United States. So essentially be paying to be doing business in the United States. I guess you
like a membership fee. What are we, Costco now? Also, so you're just going to make up an arbitrary fucking number for 150 countries. You're going to send them a note and go, this is what you're paying. And if you don't like it, I guess band together with all the other countries that don't like it and sell someplace else, or engage in massive lawsuits against us that will tie up our courts and end up with us paying a fine over the years for unfair trade practices.
could say they could appeal it, but for the most part, I think we're going to be very fair. But it's not possible to meet the number of people that want to see us. And
you pick the fight with everybody at once because you don't even know where the problem is.
But this was coming to UAE was very important. Coming to Saudi Arabia and Qatar was very important to me because of personal relationships that I had.
Yeah, personal relationships, golf courses, buildings. Yeah, personal relationships.
Maybe more than anything else.
Yeah, fuck America. This is about my personal business relationships with these assholes.
So it's been an amazing period of time. People have said very, very, I mean, I don't know, we're developing a lot of fans, but
yeah,
people have said they've never seen anything like's taken place over the last 4 days in terms of investment, in terms of the kind of money coming back into the United States. And all that money, the money is a nice word, but it's really jobs. We have jobs that are at a level that we very soon will not be able to, nobody can duplicate it.
Well, yeah, because Biden already had you at 4%.
And people want to be our partner. They want to be investing in the United States.
Oh, so they won't be able to duplicate it. So you're going to have to let more people in on visas to do the actual work?
And they weren't doing that. They weren't happy with the United States for a pretty long period of time.
Boo fuckity who? Is it our whole thing about we're not big fans of women not being able to drive or vote or live freely, or gay people being thrown off of fucking rooftops, or sectarian violence? Is that why? Because we just wouldn't let it go, you know?
So we've done something that I'm very proud of. We'll be heading back now, and I look forward to that. We'll go back to D.C. I just had a little announcement of a beautiful grandchild, a boy, Tiffany and Michael. So we're very excited about that. I look forward to that. I probably should have left yesterday, but I couldn't disappoint you. Your father would have been extremely upset with me, and you would have been more upset.
He would have understood, sir.
We had such a beautiful evening, and they planned it so beautifully. I said,
ew,
I'm going to have to wait just a little bit. But the way we were treated by your family, the way we were treated by Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and others has just been so I'm very proud to be representing the United States of America. And thank you all for being here. And media, thank you very much. You've been very fair. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you've been very fair. So get out of here so we can make some private deals. Oy. Yeah, just friggin' magic, yeah?